You know what? I'm gonna give him a kiss. That's my Bubba right there. I've been on the lookout for some new tarantulas to add. Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day, end of your day, middle of the day, whatever it might be, is absolutely incredible. As for me, I'm gonna make a concerted effort to take you guys around and show you some amazing animals. I did my best yesterday, but I was absolutely slammed. So what do you say we make this the most amazing day that we possibly can and get things started? Okay guys, so here is the deal. Bubba and my friend Jim Nessie are really what inspired me to eventually own an alligator. This animal, and yes it is alive, is a 300-pound, like 10-foot tame alligator. I mean, look at how cute it is. You just pet it on the head, you can see it's moving around. It is absolutely an incredible animal. And you know, Jim really is a guy that has kind of proven that with working with these animals and habituating them and just continuing to have a relationship with them, that you can get an animal that is oftentimes thought of as a predator and sometimes even mean. Look at all those teeth right there. And you can make them super docile. I mean, this is an amazing animal, and the story behind Bubba is just incredible. The fact that literally Bubba will climb into a van by itself. Jim just says, let's go into the van, and literally it'll crawl into the van, and he rides around in the van with it just in the back, and sometimes it'll even go up and put its head on the dash and look out the window. This animal is incredible. This, again, is what inspired me to basically get RJ. I mean, look at this animal right here. Oh, holy cow, is that thing incredible? I absolutely love Bubba to death, and you know what? I'm gonna give him a kiss. That's my Bubba right there. I love Bubba. He is absolutely the coolest animal in the world, and although RJ is not this tame, I kind of gotta keep working with him, so hopefully one day he will get this awesome, isn't it? So, and the thing that's cool is that if you're in the Chicago area, Jim does shows. He actually brings Bubbas to like parties and events and all kinds of other stuff, or like reptile shows like this. He'll come and you can get your picture with Bubba. How awesome is that? I'll make sure to put a link down in the description so you can learn a little bit more about Bubba, the amazing alligator. So we are finally getting an opportunity to walk around, and of course I've got my girl Savannah here. She's my guide. She's been my eyes looking around the show while I've been stuck at my booth, so we are gonna find some really cool stuff. This show has been absolutely epic, but man, has it been busy. There are so many cool animals, and we're about to find some. There are a lot of booths at this show that just kind of are amazing, but Philly Herpetoculture every year blows me away because he specializes in just amazing short-tail pythons, blood pythons, things like this. And look at these animals right here. Holy cow. Oh, look at this. I mean, you know, again, it's one of those tables that you walk by and immediately you have to stop and look at every single cage. So, unbelievable. Okay, so guys, guess what? We're here with Savannah in the Savannah monitor. So what do you think, Savannah? This monitor is named after you.
I think I'm named after it.
Actually, it's probably true. These are, of course, Savannah monitors. These guys are an African species. They are a super cool kind of puppy dog of the monitor world. And look at this guy. He's a chubby little monkey. And of course, you know, a lot of people make the mistake when they deal with monitors, and in particular Savannah monitors, with feeding them only really high protein diets like rodents and so like that. And you really do need to mix other things in, you know, particularly like eggs or bugs and so on like that, because they can get a little bit overweight and chubby, and what they can happen is they can actually get something that's called a fatty liver disease, and it can be fatal. What do you think of your namesake here?
I like it. It's awesome.
I've always loved Savannah monitors. I mean, they are so puppy dog tame. It's unbelievable. And of course, I've got the black throat monitor named Waffles that I'm missing a little bit. He's getting chubby now too after we rescued him. So this guy is so awesome. I mean, he is truly like a little cum bug. So Savannah picked out an animal here. Look at how gorgeous that is. And again, lavender golden child retics. The golden child is a codominant mutation, and it makes that kind of striping down its back and really reduction of pattern. And then of course the lavender albino is a recessive albino morph, and it is really gorgeous, so it's not surprising that Savannah would say, oh my god, that's a cool one. So you definitely have good taste when it comes to reticulated pythons.
Yeah.
Take a look at this guy right here. This is amazing, and of course this is an Argus monitor. monitor, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, with monitor lizards, it's a lot of times about trust. You know, if it trusts you, it's not going to probably bite you or try to whip you or anything like that. But the truth is you got to be really careful with them and kind of just let them do their own thing. But hey, these guys got long necks and they can swing around and give you a pretty nasty bite. I've taken a few bites by Argus monitors this size. It's definitely not pretty because, again, look at that long neck that it can literally get around on you super quick. But what a gorgeous animal. And again, these guys are adept climbers. That's why they have really, really sharp claws, and they can go up a tree so fast. I can't tell you how many times I've chased monitor lizards in Australia where I mean, I'm running across the thing, they hit that tree and they're 20 feet up in the tree before I can even get anywhere near them. But oh my gosh, look at that thing. Oh, it's so gorgeous, isn't it? And of course, that beautiful Argus monitor was from the Madison Area Herp Society. And herp societies are so important for educational outreach, rescues, you name it. So please show them some love. And any herp society in your area, I mean, they work so hard for free, taking care of these animals and educating people. So it's wonderful to give them support. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe the size of this boa constrictor? I mean, take a look at that animal right there. That thing is absolutely incredible. This is just a common boa constrictor. You have to really know what you're getting into when you're getting an animal this size because, believe it or not, this was a rescue because the owners had them for several years and just was like, oh my God, it's just getting too big and I can't handle it anymore. So before you get an animal like a boa constrictor or a reticulated python or something like that, make sure you do all your research because one day it's going to be a really big animal. But I'll be honest with you, this is one of the biggest boas I've ever seen. So most of the time, boa constrictors aren't going to get this big. But hey, you have to always be prepared. And it's just not fair to the animal to get to a size where you can't take care of it anymore. But it is so good that there are rescues out there that can take them and give them forever homes or find forever homes for them. But this boa is so impressive. So guys, you know that I used to be terrified of bugs and I used to be terrified of spiders, but I have totally gotten over them and I have fallen in love with tarantulas. As a matter of fact, I've been on the lookout for some new tarantulas to add. Although I will say that I'm into slow moving, bigger tarantulas. When they're fast, even if they're tame, I get kind of freaked out. But Savannah is not as comfortable as me, but we're gonna get her over her fears too. Go ahead, look at that. Oh, you okay?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're doing good. You're doing so good.
Okay.
Look at that. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Again, I know exactly what Savannah's going through. She's pushing through her fear, but her heart rate is probably going up.
Oh, yeah.
But she is doing so good. Again, you face your fears, you just eventually get over them. The more that you get around things, the easier it becomes. And Savannah is doing good, and I have a feeling you're going to be great with tarantulas. Again, I've literally fallen in love with them, and I think they are so amazing. Look at this cute little monkey here. Okay guys, so listen, I am with Ron St. Pierre here, which is an absolute legend in this business. If you don't know Ron St. Pierre, you need to research some stuff because I tell you what, this guy is responsible for so much of so different things. But I got to show you this really quick before I go off on how amazing he is. This is actually an aneurystic red tegu. And literally, I didn't even know aneurystic red tegus existed. When did these come out?
These were first produced last year by Laura Roberts.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is she proved them out this year by breeding heads together, and this is the second group.
Oh my gosh, is that incredible. Regardless, Ron is down in the Orlando area. I'm going to put some links in the description so you can find out more information about his unbelievable last probably 3 decades of amazing herpetoculture. And I cannot wait for you guys to learn more about him and all the crazy things he works with. I am at Ike's Exotics and Aquatics. Almost every time I come to a reptile show, I seem to highlight black-headed pythons because I'm so obsessed with black-headed pythons. What's the deal with this?
Well, this is a female, it's a baby. It's probably my favorite thing to hold. I hold them all day. I love them.
That's awesome.
I'm a little bit biased towards them because I love them so much compared to everything else. So, hatched in June. We had 6 hatchlings out of 7 eggs. Went really well. First time breeding them.
And by the way, that crazy road trip that me and Miguel are going to take, we're going to stop by Ike's place and see some rainbow boas, some crazy stuff, and then we're going to do a bunch of stuff. So guys, I couldn't be at Tinley Park and not stop by my friends at Manhattan Reptiles. Number one, I just wanted to thank you two here and your whole shop because they were the #1 supporter of Reptile Prime when we came out. So they have absolutely, they have absolutely killed killed it. They're an amazing retailer. And guess what, guys? We are going to do a big like barbecue party at Manhattan Reptiles within the next probably month and a half. Promise you, I will post a big thing. So if you are in the Kansas area,
yeah, Manhattan, Kansas, where K-State is at actually.
Not Manhattan, New York, Manhattan, Kansas, we will absolutely be doing an absolute bash. But first off, I want Colin to show me this freaking
So I like to show you a cool snake every year. Last year I think I showed you a couple, but this one we produced this year, and I've had a lot of people baffled with it because they can't just figure out what is going on there. Because at first, like you actually said piebald also, and that there's no piebald in this at all actually. This is an example of when incubation goes a little bit amiss and it comes out right. So what happened here was we have an animal that had super stripe and you have an ivory, and you can see those two parts there, and in incubation they just form together and you get what's called a chimera. So it has two full sets of DNA there, and it's a female, so looking forward to breeding her and see what comes out.
How freaking cool is that? Again, that is a wicked animal. I thought for sure it was a pied. So again, Manhattan Reptiles, these guys are amazing. We are going to be down there. We're going to have it. We're going to blow it out. It's going to be lit, and I guarantee you it's going to be a great time. I will make sure to keep you guys updated. And again, show them some love because they showed us so much love. So I am at Satu Reptiles. These guys are actually in Ohio, and they're the guys that actually work with me on those puffing snakes. We tried to breed them this year. Unfortunately, we're not going to produce puffing snakes, but hey, we definitely work with them, and they're great guys. So I wanted to highlight one of their animals that they're starting to work with, and of course that's the albino green iguana. Take a look at this guy right here. These things are really amazing, and one of the things that's interesting about the albino green iguanas is that they're typically a little bit more docile. You can see this thing is just kind of sitting here. Well, in a way it's good, in a way it's bad. The reason that they're tame is because they don't have very good eyesight. In a way it's a bummer that the albinism actually kind of messes up their eyesight, but the benefit to it is look at how tame they are. I mean, look at this. They just will chill out the entire time. I mean, they absolutely are much better than the normal green iguanas that really can be pretty hyper, especially when they start to get bigger. They get a little bit cantankerous and can be a handful, whereas the albino iguanas are absolutely incredible. But anyways, I just wanted to highlight these guys. These are amazing guys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to probably head down to their place sometime and just kind of tour their awesome animals. All right, so Savannah and my adventure is about coming to an end. The show is about to ready to close. Savannah, just thank you so much for hanging out with me. She was kind of my eyes and ears while we were looking at stuff, and we definitely had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed us kind of highlighting the show for you, and we're going to get wrapped up, get packed up, and hit the road and go see what's going on back at the facility. Hopefully everything's okay. So what an amazing weekend it's been. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. And Savannah, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. I had a great time with you.
Awesome. So we are back on the road. We have about 4.5 hours till we get home. And we are back here at BHB, and we've already unloaded the animals. I'm going to take a really quick walk through and just make sure everything is okay. But we've had people overlooking the collection. It has been an amazing couple days, a very little amount of sleep. I think I slept about 3 hours in the last 2 days, so definitely need to get this night ended pretty soon. But I'm going to take a quick walk through. Why don't we head downstairs and see if everything's okay there. I left for this trip checking on my anaconda. Verde, where you at, girl? Where you at? There you are, hi! And of course, Perdita, my cow reticulated python. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, hey, your freckles are looking good. And of course, we'll go ahead and make sure just everything else looks good. You know, I'm just gonna do a really quick walkthrough. Of course, the pond is going amazing. RJ, where you at? Hey, buddy, how are you? Bowser's, I'm sure, in his normal spot. Daisy, Lucy look good. Everyone looks good. Hey, I think things are good. I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down because, again, I'm going on very little sleep. It's been an amazing trip. We're going to be here for the next few days at BHB. We'll get you guys caught up. We'll get caught up. We've got a lot of work tomorrow setting all the snakes back up and doing whatever else. I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys mean the world to me. I love you guys so much. And thank you for everyone that came out to Chicago. You were unbelievable. You blew me away. What a humbling thing it is. Can you do me a couple favors? Can you smash that like button for me, as well as hit the notification bell? Make sure to be kind to somebody, and I promise I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.